How do you feel?
Out of shape.
That it?
Yeah.
Well, it's day 3
2.5.
of Trump's national emergency declaration. 2.5.
I didn't know what you were saying. I thought you were saying our social distance.
Nah, Trump's declaration of national emergency crisis.
I have no idea.
I don't know. But it's day of prayer. Do you feel like you've prayed today? Yeah. So, there's a coronavirus now in America. It was in China, which we both knew about because we work with Chinese factories. So for months, we've been getting updates about their coronavirus and their shutdowns and stuff. And now it's in Italy, Germany, the UK.
I think they said 129 countries.
Yeah, but there's some that are hit really major right now. And I know Italy is one of the major ones.
It's basically just Italy.
But, no, there's a little map. A little map that's got the heat sources.
Yeah, it's basically just Italy.
But it's in America now. It's floats between 1 and 2 spots between Seattle and New York, which we work in New York, and we live near New York. So, some people are panicking. Some people aren't taking it seriously. My job last week, right? It was last week? It hasn't been a full week yet, right? I don't think it's been a full week, but my job approached me and was like, because you are having a baby and the coronavirus is a thing, you can start telecommuting if you feel in danger whenever I wanted. So I'm doing that now. So I haven't left the house for a week. This is the first day. Because I'm on week 38 of my pregnancy, so I'm in 9 months, but I'm also asthmatic, and we have looked up stuff about the coronavirus and how it affects people, and essentially there's no data on how it affects asthmatics. But
No, there is data on asthmatics. There's not data on pregnancy.
no, I looked up the asthmatics too. It says there's no data.
I looked up data, and it said, yes, a person with asthma is a person with a respiratory disease, and they say the people with respiratory diseases are at higher risk.
Yeah, and people that are out of shape, I think, are at higher risk too, like this guy.
No.
It's a joke, boy.
Yeah, it's very funny. Very funny person.
Whatever. When I looked it up, it said that they think it would affect asthmatics, but there's no collected data on how it's affected asthmatics yet. But I do have a low immune system because of my pregnancy, and I do have a respiratory disease, which this thing is a respiratory virus. So, that's a thing. Well, we're gonna take him back to the apartment because he did his movement series video for his teacher, and he thinks he put his hands in dog pee. So, we're gonna go do that. Well, we're back home now. The issue with the pee has been solved. Yeah, so It's kind of creepy outside. We passed a couple places that said they're shut down because of the coronavirus. Choco Pan, which is a bakery near us, is not doing dine-in. They're only doing delivery.
The park was closed.
Yeah, but we don't know if that was because of the coronavirus.
I'm sure it was, yeah.
Yeah, the park we were going to so Andrew could do the movement series was closed, so he had to do it on the sidewalk, and that's why he was swimming in pee. And lots of people kept almost running into the tripod he had set up, and dogs kept coming over. Someone almost let their dog go over and sniff him while he was doing the movement series.
I didn't even see that.
I did. I think I have it on my camera. They got like super close to you, which was very strange. But yeah, lots of places in our area have switched to delivery only because they don't want people in the dining rooms. They're practicing social distancing, which is good. Jersey City has a curfew now for late night in bars of 10 o'clock, which a lot of people don't seem very happy with because they're losing their wages, but it's kind of also understandable that why they're doing that. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard because like the people who work at bars and restaurants, most of their money comes from after 10 p.m. So it's hard because they're letting go. Well, they're not letting go, but these people aren't getting the money they're used to getting. So like, if you have a job where you're a server or a bartender or a barback or something, you get an apartment based on what you're making. You get utilities based on what you're making. So if you're making enough to get like Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu and stuff, then you probably do. So now all these people have all these things, or a phone plan. You get a phone plan that you can afford. You get more bells and whistles because you can afford it. But now there's this pandemic, and all of a sudden these people can't afford the things that they signed contracts for because they're not getting hours past 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And there aren't a lot of hours especially for like bartenders. Like it's not like you can pick up a shift during the day at 10 in the morning. There's not a lot of, even if a bar is open at 10 in the morning, no one comes in for a drink, and fewer and fewer people are coming into restaurants and bars because of this virus issue. So the government has said that they will ensure that employers pay their employees what they would normally make, but it sounds like it's going to be in the form of a tax break.
Yeah, and there's also stuff about extending like family leave and like unemployment and stuff for people affected, but I don't really know the details.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's the kind of thing that we're just going to have to wait and see if it's a good idea. I predict there will be some problem. Like the biggest problem that I have is, every time, not to make this super political, but every time Bernie Sanders gets up and is like, we'll tax the super rich people and, that's where we'll get enough money to have universal health care. And then people are like, but how are you going to pay for it? Where are you going to get the money? Everybody always grills him. Everyone always grills progressive people on where are you going to get the money? Where are you going to get the money for childcare? Where are you going to get the money for climate change review and correction and stuff like that? But no one ever asks Republicans where they're going to get the money for usually for tax cuts for the rich. But in this case, okay, he's going to make sure, the federal government is going to make sure that people are covered. Everyone across the entire country is covered, both in your testing for the virus and treatment and isolation, and also your pay, your employer, and the employer is covered as well. So if they suffer any any losses in profit because they haven't, people aren't coming into a restaurant, let's say, then the government has said they're going to, offer subsidies to be able to cover that. And I'm just we're talking trillions and trillions of dollars, and I have no idea where this is going to come from. So I'm a little worried that we're going to get to the point where, okay, everyone has trusted that the government is going to be able to pay us all back, and there's just going to be no money there.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want people to take it a little bit more seriously. You don't need to go and freak out. There's no need for hysteria. There's no need to think everyone's gonna die. But there's a need for precaution. Because I don't think if it was nothing, that the scientists, that Google, that even Trump would be like paying attention to this. You know?
Yes, I do.
But yeah, like everyone's like comparing it to the flu and like being like, oh, you're all so crazy over the flu. Like, okay, I'm not like numbers like he is, but the flu, like we have like a range of like years on data on, right? This thing just happened.
Yeah.
So we don't have like the range of years of data to compare it. And plus, like on a chemical level, it's not the flu virus.
It's closer to SARS, which people generally freak out about. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
We also have like a vaccine for the flu.
Mm-hmm.
We have built up crowd immunity to the flu. And like, we don't to this thing. And it just got here. And it's like just starting to take its toll on whatever it's gonna do. So just, I don't know, don't be an asshole and just like take precautions.
That's good advice.
But like, we told my job, like, he lives with me and like I have this disease plus I'm pregnant. Yes, me being home will prevent me from getting it from people that I come in contact with on the train, but he can get it and then bring it home and give it to me. So they said Andrew should be just washing his hands like the rest of us. Are you washing your hands like the rest of us?
I am.
Do you feel like that's effective?
I'm not comfortable talking about work on this train.
I don't know. I joined a Facebook group for moms because I'm about to have a kid and I just figured it might be useful to be like, hey, do you want to buy some of this baby shit that I'm not using anymore? Or like get info on daycare and stuff. And I'm seeing a lot of them communing about where supplies are. So like these women are like, hey, this food store has this. Hey, this bodega has this. I just saw this at Target. So at least people are being nice in that way. But on the flip side, it's also pretty funny because there's a lot of help. How do I entertain my 4-year-old today? Yeah. How am I going to entertain you all week?
You could leave and go to a restaurant.
How would that entertain me?
Then I wouldn't have to worry about cleaning stuff.
Oh, stop. He's a big baby. Are we going to keep him entertained while we're all in quarantine?
I'll let the cats.
Yeah, you'll get bored with them.
You know how I'll be entertained? I'll keep drinking.
You only got one bottle of alcohol.
Yeah, but it's going to take me a long time to go through it.
I think you're a third of the way through
I
now.
am not. Not even close.
That's kind of sad for me, though. Because I'm pregnant. I can't drink alcohol during this fallout.
Did you call it fallout?
Yeah. This fallout.
Okay.
This world-ending experience.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But soon, I guess. You got any more thoughts on the coronavirus?
Good excuse for art. Make some art.
Yeah, keep productive. Make some art. Don't make babies. Make sure you get condoms. And take your pill.
No corona babies.
And don't blame Corona the beer. It's not their fault.
It's not.
Even though their beer isn't that great.
It's not.
It's not their fault that this virus happened.
It's not.
It's also not Asian people's fault this virus happened.
It's not.
And actually, statistically, more white people are bringing the virus into the U.S. right now because China isn't coming here.
China. China.
And don't listen to Trump. Trump doesn't know what's going on.
No idea. God. Ugh.
Don't listen to the political people. Listen to doctors.
Well,
Doctors know more.
He brought up a bunch of CEOs. And I was like, what is happening?
Don't listen to CEOs either. Listen to doctors. Like, doctors will know more about what's going on. And probably listen to international doctors and news more. They seem to be giving more info.
Always.
Like, we're told here face masks aren't going to help, but then we were listening to stuff that Chinese and Italian doctors are saying that the face masks are the only thing that's keeping it from spreading.
And check out the BBC. They're usually really good on stuff like that.
Yeah. And don't just focus on all the doom and stuff. Remember to watch happy stuff. Frozen is out early.
Frozen 2?
Yeah. Frozen 2 is out early. I think you can buy Star Wars now early.
Detective Pikachu is on HBO Now.
Yeah. You can listen to his podcast.
We talk about the coronavirus on it, so maybe don't.
You can talk about other stuff.
That's true. You can skip that part.
You've got other episodes.
That's true.
And you might record a new one with Chris.
That's true.
Because Chris is probably in quarantine.
Yeah, should be a new episode out on Tuesday. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah. So, that's just some of our thoughts. And for now, we're probably going to get some lunch. We're going to work on cleaning because we have a baby that can come at any moment. And then he's got to catch up on his music challenge to win a corgi. And I'm going to probably work on editing my short I started way before I got pregnant. I'm keying out his face currently.
Why?
You'll see.
Great.
Because no one wants to see this.
You know, put a better actor in it.
Yeah.
It's like Brad Pitt. All
Yeah.
of a sudden is in this.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Deep fake.
use a clipping mask to put in a better actor
Great.
on your body.
I can't wait to see it.
Alright, be safe, everyone. Don't be an asshole and help people. And check in on elderly and sick people. But mostly, don't be an asshole.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Don't breathe and sneeze on people. And if
Keep
you're
6
not,
feet.
if you're not a doctor, don't pretend to be a doctor.
Jesus.
Yeah. So we're gonna go get lunch and do all that stuff. And maybe this week we'll make more videos as more shit unfolds. Or maybe we'll have a baby. And then we'll make baby videos. Who knows? The world is going wild right now. And we might rename our baby from Rowan to COVID.
It'll be great when he turns 19.
Alright, bye.